Hey guys, good morning. I'm Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop, and we have a special live stream today. I'm so excited. We have been working on this forever. So this is our 12th year doing the Make-A-Wish fundraisers for our charity quilts and cross stitches. And this year, our quilt is right here. And it's called Stardust, and it uses the Summertime Collection by Camille Ross Kelly. Super cute. I'm going to give you all the details in a second. But we're going to have a special guest. His name is Sam Benesch, and he is a Make-A-Wish. He got a Make-A-Wish when he was a very young child. He's now a senior and thriving at the University of Texas. And so we're going to get to hear a little bit about his story, because I think that's really impactful for you guys to know when you donate to Make-A-Wish that it actually impacts a person, and to actually see the benefits of what we're trying to do here at Fat Quarter Shop. So I'm going to talk first about the quilt. I'm going to talk about the cross stitch, and then we're going to meet with Sam, because I think that's what all of you care about the most. So we're going to start off with all the details. So this is the Stardust quilt kit. I'm not going to bring it down because that would just be a mess, and then putting it back up would be a mess, and I'd probably trip all over myself. So you can see the picture online. It's 54 inches square, and it's a quilt kit. And this year, instead of doing the box, we're going to be packaging the quilt in this bag. It's a tote bag, and this is a prototype of the tote bag. So this year, that's what your kit is going to come in. We're just trying something a little bit different. And the kit has the fabric for the quilt top, the binding, and then the printed pattern. And that's the only way to get the printed pattern. Now, the pattern is going to be completely free. That's what we're offering, so that hopefully you can donate to Make-A-Wish. Ashley does have the Make-A-Wish donation page linked. We're at like $950 as of this morning. So obviously our goal is $30,000. And just so you guys know, Kevin and I donate $20,000, and Mark Dunn of Moda Fabrics donates $10,000 every year, so that we can at least get to $60,000 a year. Some years we've gotten to $100,000, which is super amazing. The kit is going to come out in April of 2025. And then the backing set, we're doing something we haven't done before. We're putting a binding holder with the backing set. And so you could put your binding on here, and then afterwards you could use it as a decoration in your quilting room, or just use it for future bindings. We haven't done that before. And the sew along is from May to June of 2025. And then this time, instead of doing them as live streams, we're going to do tutorials that are pre-recorded, just so that we can leave the live streams open, since we're doing fewer now. May 2nd will be pattern 1, and June 6th will be pattern 2. And so we're just doing 2 releases this time. It's a simpler pattern. It's a smaller, easier pattern. But we did something new, and this is all credit to Kevin. This is the new bear. So the first 500 Make-A-Wish donors to donate $75 or more will receive this special limited edition Starburst bear as a thank you gift. The bear comes with embroidered foot pads, a cute little bow tie. Kevin picked all of this, by the way, and it will only be available those who donate to the Stardust fundraiser this year. And then it's for the first 500. So we have 1,000 bears. The other 500 bears are going to go to the Make-A-Wish charity in Southwest Central Texas. And what they're going to do is, when the Make-A-Wish kids get a wish, they usually get a bag. And so all the bears are going to go in those bags. So we're super, super, super excited about it. And all the information on the bear is on the Make-A-Wish page. But we're going to mail those out once a month, like at the end of each month, until we run out of bears. And then please give whatever you can, even if it's $5. If it's $20, it's whatever you can give. You know, it makes an impact. And so that's all the quilting information. I think I got everything right, Denise? Yes. Okay. Now, the quilt's behind me. So this is 2025 Stardust. This is 2024 Moonbeams. This is 2023 Bountiful. Now, all 12 of the quilts are still free. All of those patterns are free, because when we started this charity campaign, we decided to give you the patterns for free in return for a donation directly to Make-A-Wish. We never see that money. It goes directly to Make-A-Wish so that it can make an impact as soon as possible. So if you decide to make any of the other quilts, you could also donate to the Make-A-Wish page for that. Now, in the last couple of years, we started doing a cross stitch also. So this is this year's cross stitch. And we do have that live on our site now. And this year, the thread comes with these cute little scissors. And they're called Blue Daisy Scissors. And you will be able to buy them separately. The supply list is now available, and the thread pack is available. And we'll talk more about it, but basically we just used a white 14 count Aida for you to stitch that on, and we added cross stitch to be able to get our donations up. And this is also a frame we sell. It's called the 4.75 inch white beaded frame. I do know, I was looking and we are getting kind of low on them, but we will restock them when they run out. So I just wanted to show you now the trailer for this quilt. So everyone behind the scenes, Jordan, Sophie, Ashley, Denise, they worked on this trailer. And it's basically a video that's going to show you really up close photos of the quilt, the cross stitch, and then when we get back, we're going to have a special interview with Sam Benesch, and he's going to get to tell you all about his Make-A-Wish journey. Yay! back with Sam Benesch, and he's going to tell us his whole story about Make-A-Wish. So tell me how all of this kind of started for you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I got my wish when I was 5 years old, but it kind of stretched all the way to about when I was born. So I was born premature with, well, wound up being diagnosed as chronic lung disease, and that just kind of started off a whole new, like, different journey that my family and I did not expect to go on. But as a result, life was difficult very early on. Level of normalcy was not. It was for a typical family.
Right.
It was just surrounded with hospitals and appointments and surgeries. Our house had the supplies to supply a hospital. I mean, still do, which is very useful nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then later, just basically at an early age, it was just kind of determined that, having the power of a wish would be very useful for me at a younger age. So at 4 years old, I was referred for my wish, and what I wanted to do was that I wanted to walk on the beach with Mickey Mouse.
Okay.
Now, how I saw that was I just saw a Disney cruise commercial, and I saw a little kid walking on the beach with Mickey,
Okay.
and I was like, I want that one. And then basically kind of one thing turned to another, and they granted my wish to do that, but they also took my family and I on a Disney cruise out of Florida,
Okay.
which was a really big accomplishment at the time because we were living in California, and the most we could go anywhere was whatever was on 4 wheels, and
Okay.
get somewhere of power. So flying on an airplane with all my medical equipment was a huge deal, and we'd never really taken a true family vacation before that. So it was really kind of an eye-opening experience to be able to do that and travel with our family and kind of just give us a reprieve of everything that we were just kind of handling personally. So that really was a really impactful trip.
Do you have siblings?
I do. I have a twin brother,
Oh.
Julian, and then I have a younger sister, Grace.
Okay. I have twins. That's
Yeah,
so
that's
fun.
great. Yeah, no, being twins are great.
So are y'all totally different?
Yeah, very different.
Yeah.
Same but different. I like to say that if you put the two of us in a room together, you wouldn't be able to guess that we were brothers just based off of just looks and kind of personality, but it also kind of helps balance us out, and we have a very good and special relationship.
So now you're a student at UT.
Yes.
So how did you get from California to Texas?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it just happened. We moved here when I was in high school, and it was just kind of a time for us. We were ready to go. We've been planning to we were planning on doing it for a while, and one thing led to another. My dad needed to get a new job, and we were able to relocate out to Texas. Been out here for 6-7 years now.
What high school did you go to?
Westlake High School.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay, tell them about. Okay, he did something
Yeah.
amazing at Westlake, and I actually heard about it on the news
Oh, you did?
years ago
Oh,
on
wow.
Bob Cole.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I think I heard you interviewed years ago.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so he's gonna tell you that was so awesome.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, I when I went to Westlake High School, I decided to also get involved with the local Make-A-Wish chapter here at Make-A-Wish Central in South Texas, which I appreciate everybody here kind of coming and supporting the chapter today on this live stream. But yeah, and I was I started getting involved doing speaking engagements and stuff, and I was just let me just try to fundraise some money. So I'm up starting a club at Westlake called Westlake for Wishes, and just the whole point of it was just to raise funds directly for the Make-A-Wish Central and South Texas chapter. I didn't have any large ambitions for it. I just wanted, basically at the time, I wanted to sponsor the cost of a wish, which was $7,500.
Okay.
And just raise awareness within the community. It was really just kind of little side project I was just gonna do, but that it kind of turned into a lot more, and I wound up going to a lot of speaking engagements, donor events, and ran a couple large fundraisers, and wound up during the 18 months that I ran it, raised over about $100,000 for Make-A-Wish Central South Texas. Every single dollar we raised went directly to the mission, and we also grew to about 80 active members at its peak. So yeah, it was really a great experience, and really Westlake was a great place to be able to do it, and they provided the structure and the support to really help us thrive. I wouldn't be able to do it without the support of the high school. And yeah, I had many special experiences through that.
And then how did you pick UT to go to college?
Yeah, I feel like it just kind of happened. I applied every other Texan dream, and I was fortunate. Nowadays
It's
really
an impossible dream. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, I say I wouldn't be able to get it now with how stringent it is, but It's just I applied and was luckily I think I'm lucky enough and hit the lottery to be able to get in, and it was how I decided was I looked in a mirror and I was deciding between two schools, and the second I said like I want to be a Texas Longhorn, I'm like that sounds right. So
Okay.
so I decided to go to Texas, and one of the best decisions I could have made.
Yeah, it's a great school.
A great school, a great experience.
Yeah, I have 4 kids. I think
Yeah.
one might be able to get in.
Really, yeah. It's hard. My brother goes to Texas A&M, so it's
Oh,
house
that's a
divided. Yeah,
rivalry.
yes, it is. Yeah.
So do y'all like have the whole rivalry, or?
Oh yeah, there's a big rivalry. I mean, it was fun that first senior year we could have the Texas versus A&M game, and I went to College Station and be able to experience that with him for the weekend. So
Did
that was
they
fun.
won that one, right?
Texas, yeah, Texas won.
Okay, and then this year Texas won again, I think.
Yeah, Texas won this year. This was the first game back.
Did you go?
I did. I went to the game. Got to spend the weekend with my brother. It was fun.
That was crazy. If you've ever seen
Yeah.
that game on TV, it's like that is the last place in the world I would want to be. I'm like
Yeah.
so afraid of people, and there were so many people. And
There's a lot of people.
Yeah, and then there was the meme of the guy that was all around all the A&M guys. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I have to say, like, I'm a little biased. I'm like, yeah, Texas, like, Darrell K. Royal, like, best home atmosphere ever. That was an insane atmosphere.
intense.
And honestly, like, all the A&M fans were really nice. Like, very friendly, very welcoming. It was overall it was a really good college football weekend,
Yeah.
I'd say. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean the tickets, the cost of those tickets, like forget it.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was lucky enough to get a student ticket.
Yeah.
That wasn't astronomical, but I know people who paid just to get into the game an obscene
Yeah.
amount. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my aunt said that she could sell her whole season pass. Like she could make all the money back from all the other games if she sold her
absolutely, yeah.
tickets, but she was like, I'm not selling them.
No, absolutely. I mean, I think, for me, I was like, I could sell my ticket and I could make back everything else I spent on Texas football this year.
Yeah.
Because I love going to the games, and I go to a lot of the away games, but I'm like, it's the experience versus, like, making the money on it. But yeah.
So tell us what you're doing with Make-A-Wish now.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've done a couple of things. I've had really the great opportunity to be able to still stay involved with the chapter after high school. I'm a Wish ambassador, so I do a lot of kind of speaking engagements with them. I'll go to a lot of their kind of major fundraisers, kind of golf events, galas.
Oh, fun.
If there's something that's just supporting Make-A-Wish, you'll probably see me there. Stuff like this, like it's really kind of great opportunity to just kind of come and just raise awareness through that. And I was also very fortunate enough that they decided to offer me a position to be their program intern when I was a sophomore in college. So I was able to do that, and I worked a lot on the kind of the program side. So kind of wish granting, kind of a lot of the behind the scenes work of like what makes Wish possible, of kind of development with major donors. It was a really great experience to have.
Well, like from all the wishes that you were involved in granting or working with, do you have any fun stories you could tell everybody?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the fun thing is that every single one of them is unique, and especially like a lot of the work that was done was during COVID, so there was a lot of restrictions, and there was a lot of like outdoor like wish reveal. So wish reveal is when it's like a little party that we do for the wish kids, and when we reveal that they're gonna have their wish. So there's some unique experiences. I think two off the top of my head, there was a person that one of my friends from high school, his name is Hunter, he had joined Westlake for Wishes.
Okay.
And unbeknownst to me, I was just talking about him at the Make-A-Wish office one day, and they're like, did you know that he's going through the wish process right now? Just completely unknown.
Oh my goodness.
And he wanted his wish was for a grand piano. He's a beautiful piano player. It's some of the best I've ever heard. And they did his wish reveal at their first gala back. They restarted their gala series, and their first gala, they had him do a live performance and then surprised him with the piano right after. And that was a really special time because the entire Westlake for Wishes Club had come in that night to volunteer for the event as well. So we all got to kind of like witness and see that, which was really, really special to have someone that we all know and cared about to receive that wish. And then another thing, which was through Westlake for Wishes as well, there's this little boy named Parker, and his wish was to see a YouTuber, but we decided to do his wish reveal at one of the Westlake pep rallies.
Okay.
And so you got like about 2,000 students kind
Yeah.
of like packed in there, packed
Yeah.
in like sardines. And we didn't expect that much. We were just going to be like, on behalf of like Westlake High School, like, Parker, this is your wish. And they wound up just not like planned at all or staged. And there's pictures I have. They did a like 5-minute standing ovation for him, just to
Right.
support him, and it was really a special moment to see. Like, you could, when we were talking, you know, like the rest of the pop rally, everyone's like kind of like chattering to themselves behind the scenes. The second kind of we got up there, you could hear a pin drop in the room as everybody was just solely focused on him, and that was a very special moment for him to kind of have just 2,000 pairs of high school eyeballs just looking and caring about him for those 5 minutes and giving him a really special moment.
So what's the age range
For
for Make-A-Wish?
The age range is, I believe, I could be wrong, but it's about, I think the earliest is about 3 or 4. And then you can receive a wish after 18, but generally you'll just try to go through the process before that, because some wishes like can take years to come
Yes.
together. Some of them are very complex. It takes a lot to kind of like, it's not just like the wish itself. It's also kind of like, timing's important. It's hard if like a kid's going through treatment for something and they're like, just we can't do it for like a year, and you know, family schedules and all that. So I mean there's been kids who've received wishes when they're 19, 20, 21 as well, but generally it's like that 4 to 18-year-old range.
Yeah, I would say like our wishes have been all ages. Like
Yeah,
we've had
absolutely.
5, we've had 18, we've had all different ages.
Yeah, and it's amazing because you know, especially the older they are, like they really do like find something they like really care about, and it's really cool to kind of, because that's where I see like the most unique wishes come in, is are kind of like the older wish kids who kind of like put a lot of thought and effort into what they really want. You'll see some really cool things.
Yeah, and
through
it's
that.
really like it's interesting because there's so much, like you don't think about how much is put into it, but like
Yeah.
when they grant the wish, they sit with the family and they show you all the paperwork and like they coordinate everything to
Yeah.
where when you're going on that wish, the parents don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about a single thing. That's one of the huge pieces about the wish process, especially if it's a traveling wish, is that we don't want them to have to worry about anything. This is meant for a moment of relaxation, but also kind of like peace and tranquility, just to, you know, just focus time on themselves and their family and wherever they're going.
Did you come the day they did where you go down the wall?
Yes, I've actually did that several times.
Okay, because I was there one time and that was like crazy. In Austin, what is it called?
It's
Gravel?
called Over the Edge.
Over the Edge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not. That ended about 2 years ago, but it was a great fundraiser. I remember that was actually one of the first like major events I went to when I
Okay.
started getting involved with the chapter. Because I got involved in the chapter with in April or May of 2019, and then they
Okay.
have their major Over the Edge event in June. So I came out to a couple of those major events, and one of the days, like, they just had a couple open slots, and the CEO came up to me and she was like, "You're going down right now," and I'm like, mm-mm. Because like a major thing for Over the Edge is that you raise money
Right.
to rappel over the edge, and generally I think you have to raise about 1,500 to go down, but generally you'll see on average people are raising about 5,000. There's teams that go as high as 20, 30,000. People make it a competition for how much they can raise. So it's honestly like a huge deal to just be like, hey, you can rappel over the edge, because that's like kind of like a major achievement people like work and fundraise for to make that happen. And it took me like 20 minutes to get down. I was not fast getting down there, but I started fundraising for it after, and it went down a lot faster.
Yeah, I
years
went to the
consecutive.
very last one they did, and I watched Patton go down.
Oh,
Because
really?
she's one of our wishes.
Oh, I love Patton. I know.
Yeah, and she was so scared. She said she'd
Yeah.
never do it again. But I think she was glad she did it. But oh my gosh, I was like, I thought, oh, it'll be no big deal. You just come down.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's not. You kind of don't look down. They're not.
Yeah.
Not wrong about that. I kind of just like look straight at the window and just kind of just like rappel, just like open up my lock and just go all the way down.
Yeah.
I did see a few interesting things in the windows on
Yeah.
my way down. That's one thing they don't warn you about, because you're just kind of going down. 'Cause
Right.
I think it's a partially residential building.
Yeah.
And they're like floor to ceiling windows, and they're very clear. And there's a couple times where I was looking straight into people enjoying their Sunday afternoon in the living rooms.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do you know what they're going to replace that with?
They have started a San Antonio gala
Oh, okay.
as well. So they're doing a couple more just regional events in San Antonio and Austin. They're kind of smaller than they were originally at the time just doing one Austin gala, but now they're doing the San Antonio
Okay.
gala as well, which usually like the San Antonio one will take place in August or September, and their Austin one is taking place this April.
Okay. Let me see what people are asking. Let's see. My friend's son was granted his wish this week. He's 5. I'm not sure when he will receive it. He requested a Disney trip so his family could go. That's awesome.
That's amazing.
What's the most do you know what the most requested wish is?
Definitely, I mean, definitely Disney is a very
Okay.
popular one.
Mm-hmm.
Either Disney World or going on a trip. In terms of celebrities, I know like Dwayne the Rock Johnson is like one of the most requested celebrities to meet.
Oh, wow. And then isn't it the other guy, the one that Christopher has that pop up in his room? What's his name? The wrestler, John Cena.
John Cena, yeah, that's another big one.
Yeah.
John Cena, yeah, John Cena's another one. And like locally here in Austin, there's been a couple over the past couple years with Austin FC, and then there was another one with the Texas football team
Oh, wow.
as well, and that was really cool. It was funny because I know I was working at the time as an intern for Make-A-Wish, and I saw there was like this Texas Longhorn wish coming through, and I helped a little bit with it, connected them with a couple people that I knew, but then kind of like I kind of ended my term, and then that next football season I was in the stands, and then all of a sudden they bring out a wish kid. I'm like, I know that kid. I'm like, I worked on that wish a little bit. I was like, that was a really cool experience. And they did a week with like the team, and he got to go to the practices and meet all the coaches. And then they had him come onto the field during the Texas fight
Okay.
and lead the Crown Texas fight, which was really cool.
How old was he?
Oh, I think it was 15 or 16.
Okay. Yeah, that would be so awesome.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Let's see. Mandalee says, my son is a wish recipient this year. Make-A-Wish is amazing. I love that y'all do this each year. Hi from Sam's mom. Oh, hi.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's watching.
Is this quilt intermediate or difficult? I think it's pretty easy. Would you think, Denise? I think it's pretty easy. Is there any way to donate the bear back? Okay, so this is one thing so we bought 500 bears. For every bear that we give you, they get a bear. So you don't have to donate a bear back. And we just thought I don't want to say this is all Kevin's idea. We wanted to maybe figure out a way that we could, like, give something to the kids too, instead of, because we're granting like, maybe 5 oysters a year, but if we could give something that goes in their bedroom to 500 kids, then it's just like a little memory, and it's got the little paws that go with the quilt. Will fabric requirements be shared after the kit goes live? So like in May. Let's see. Oh, the link to the pattern will be in May. Okay, so let's see. So did your wish, how did your granting of your wish help you decide what major you were gonna do in college?
That's a great question. I mean, my wish was 16 years ago. So like, I don't think necessarily like the specifics of what the wish was really impacted it, because it was just like that was a long time ago. But I think it's kind of like the different mindset of the power that brought my family from the power of the wish, and then kind of my consequential like involvement with Make-A-Wish afterwards, and a lot of experiences I had, whether it was leading Westlake for Wishes or being a Wish ambassador, or kind of attending and meeting like a lot of the different donors. Kind of the general thing that I had was just like I was kind of thrust into a lot of different like leadership positions, and I loved them. And when I was searching for a major, there's this new program at Texas. I just graduated their first class, which was the Communication and Leadership program.
Okay.
And it kind of just emphasized it, like it takes a lot of the kind of like the communication fundamentals, but also implements a lot of kind of leadership classes that are mainly focused on kind of like, I would say like teaching the students how to like be successful in the workforce, not only just as a leader but also kind of like working for someone, and kind of like how to make an impact within whatever industry or community that they're in, and it kind of helps tailor it to whatever they want. So like obviously a lot of people could kind of tailor the major towards like wanting to work in nonprofits. A lot of people could become teachers. A lot could be a lot more business focused, which is what I'm planning on doing afterwards. It really kind of like, they kind of made it a program so you can not only like take whatever classes you want. Like there's only like 3 or 4 core classes that you were specifically required, and then like you can take a bunch of advertising or marketing classes, or you can take a lot of creative classes instead. But then also giving the opportunity to kind of also add other kind of like specialties in there as well. So I think it was just kind of like the cumulative leadership experience I had in high school really kind of like pushed me, and it's a very unique program that is starting to get added by other colleges around the country.
And are you graduating in May?
Yes, I am.
And then what are you planning to do?
Grad school. Right now,
Okay.
I'm doing graduate school, hopefully for marketing.
Where are you gonna go?
Hopefully UT.
Okay.
I hope to stay at Austin. I'm submitting my applications after I'm done with this. So.
Okay, and do you find out in February? When do you find out?
I'll find out like probably February/March. I hope I find out by then. I'd love to be able to like relax for the rest of the semester, knowing what I'll be doing. But doing graduate school.
Yeah, my nephew's graduating with his master's at UT in aerospace engineering in
Wow,
May.
that's a lot. That's hard.
I'm like,
Very impressive.
Yeah, crazy. I don't even, and he's gonna go work for Elon Musk.
Oh, that's great.
I'm like, oh my gosh, this kid is like, it's crazy to see somebody, when they're born, and then they're just like some crazy smart.
Yeah.
And then you're like, how is that person in my family?
Absolutely. Yeah, I know. Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to him.
Someone asked, since you're connecting with FQS, will you start quilting?
Oh, of course, yeah, I love to. I actually, it's not quilting, but my grandmother taught me how to like crochet when I was like younger. So I was like,
I love to crochet.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I'd love to.
And then you talked about being a UT football fan. Do you follow any other sports in Austin?
Yeah, I follow football, baseball. Obviously football, baseball, basketball, hockey. I'm a big sports fan.
Okay, all the stuff.
I grew up as a huge sports fan, so yeah.
If you could have another wish granted, what would it be?
Oh, that's such a hard question.
That's
there's so many different things. Like immediately comes to my mind. I'm like, oh, like take a trip somewhere. Like I've never been. Like maybe like Australia seems really cool. But honestly, like as I thought about it a lot, because I get this question asked all the time. I'm like, it kind of stumps me. I'm like, because I feel like the answer should be easy, but I'm like, oh, I have no idea. I would definitely want it to be like an experience of some sort. I think something like cooking related. I love to cook. So like maybe like a tour around like a bunch of different like Michelin star restaurants, and like getting to see like the kitchens. I feel like that would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't even cook, but I would like to do that.
Yeah.
I went on a cruise recently, and they did a tour of like the kitchen and
those are really cool.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, that's like a lot of stuff.
It's a lot. Yeah, no, the cruise kitchens are crazy how they operate them. I was just on a cruise too. Those are always fun.
Where did you go?
It was out of Galveston, and my family and I went to Honduras, Belize, and Mexico.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's fun.
It was fun. It was good. It was a good way to spend Christmas.
Oh, you did it over Christmas?
Yeah, I did it over Christmas. We're at like the point of our lives where the break, because me and my 2 other siblings are in college, so we rarely have like breaks all together, and winter break's one of the few times where we will have the same schedule, and that's our time to travel, and we would rather kind of take a trip together and then do a bunch of gifts under the Christmas tree. So,
right.
Yeah.
I think that's one like thing in my family is people are like, we just want experiences, or we don't really want a gift, we just want to like go to dinner.
Yeah.
Or
Yep.
If you could go back to your younger self, what encouragement would you give to yourself as a kid?
Oh, that's a great question. I would say embrace change. It's kind of a hard concept, like when you're young. Like now we're like, actually, we've gone through life and had many different experiences and much more mature. You're like, oh yeah, like change is necessary, but like, being uncomfortable is where you thrive the most. And especially as a younger self, you want to go with what's safe, especially you know, as much uncertainty as my life had at the time with my chronic illnesses. You know, I always wanted to take a slightly, when I could, like a safer path. And, you know, moving to Texas was one of the big ones. And that kind of opened my eyes to change. And from there on out, like, I just, you know, when there's an opportunity to do just something completely different than what I was doing before, it really makes a huge impact. And it's got me where I am today. And I'll definitely just kind of encourage my younger self to continue to embrace that earlier on. It makes life a lot better.
So, like, you don't ever remember a time that you didn't have anything wrong with you, right? The lung disease,
Yeah, no,
like,
yeah,
because you were
yeah.
born with it.
Yeah,
and so,
this has been my entire life. There's never been anything but this.
and so you'll always have it.
Yeah, always have it.
Yeah.
That's kind of the plan. So,
But
yeah.
I think it's like you just get used to it, right?
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of my friends they're like, we forget that you have it. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, we look at you and we're like, we forget that you have you have a backpack and oxygen. It's just like, it kind of just like, it's just life.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's good that we have the ability for all of that to happen.
Absolutely. No,
Yeah.
How much technology's kind of advanced. I remember when I was younger, it was, for oxygen, it would be like those tall metal, like,
Oh, yeah.
cylinders that, like, you
Yeah.
know, like you'd commonly see for scuba diving.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not like these little compact machines now that can just fit, in my backpack, and I just have a couple batteries that you charge up and it'll last me 6-7 hours. It's really come a long way. It has made life a lot more accessible.
Is your family involved in Make-A-Wish still?
Yeah. They all of them have been involved in some sort of capacity. So my twin brother wound up actually co-running the Westlake Ferocious Club with me.
Okay.
And then all the family still goes to a lot of the Make-A-Wish events when they're in town, whether it's like Over the Edge. They've all participated in that. My sister volunteers at a lot of the events. My mom has been on several, like, the gala committees. My dad's been on the board previously. All kind of involved. My grandparents and uncle have all donated and heavily supported as well. It's kind of just like it turned into just kind of like a really joint family venture, which is great. It was a great way that we loved spending our time.
Have you been
together.
to the Christmas, the guy that does the Christmas?
Maywald?
Yes!
Yes.
Okay.
Jordan's great. Yeah, I was just there. I was there right before I left for my trip. He's doing a great job. It's kind of crazy how it's evolved because I remember I started going there like 5 years ago, and he kind of just like adds new stuff in. He doesn't
Every
take
year.
anything away, and it's
Yeah.
like always fun to talk about with him about what he's adding, and he's basically working on it all year round. And what's really incredible about that, which very few people don't know, is that he pays and covers all that stuff himself, the electricity, all the decorations, everything. So like all the donations that are made when you kind of like walk through from Make-A-Wish, that goes 100% to them. All of the merch they sell, like it's all kind of he supports it all 100% himself, which is really kind of incredible. And it's a huge feat for him to do that, and he still does
so
it.
young.
He's young. He's I think like 25. Because he graduated from A&M a couple years back, I believe. And
did.
Yeah, and great family, super nice. It was great catching up with him.
Yeah, so if you're ever in Austin around
Yes.
Christmas, it's called the Maywald Christmas.
It's called the Maywald Christmas light display. They're actually on Google Maps now. We found that out. So if you just look up Maywald, it will pull up. Great experience anytime during Christmas. It's no entry fee. It's just if you're able to make a donation to Make-A-Wish, and it's a great experience.
And it's so pretty. It's like in
Yeah.
a random neighborhood that
Yeah,
you've never. And then they were on TV.
Yeah.
And he has this. What was that? It's like the Santa that's so big. What is that big thing that he has that's so big that you're just like, oh my gosh?
It's Santa.
It is
a
Santa,
Yeah, it's
okay.
like, I think he 3D printed it and like shipped it in from like all over the country.
Yeah, it's
If I remember
like
correctly,
really
yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
like
it's
if you
really
like
cool,
Christmas
yeah.
lights.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah, and-
highly encouraged.
I didn't go this year. I don't know why we didn't go this year, but we've gone like for like years. So I
He had
probably.
He had a lot of fun stuff this year. He added a bunch of new decorations.
did?
Yeah, he did.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's. Oh, I should have gone.
it's a whole operation now. I remember it was kind of like much smaller, and now like they say on average they get like several thousand people a night. It's a lot, and it's kind of funny because you kind of drive into it, and it's just a very like no street lights, very kind of like
Yeah.
you're like, are you sure you're in the right place? And then you see the lights, and you're like, yep.
Yeah, that's what my husband was like. where are we going?
Yeah.
Because we got invited by Make-A-Wish
Yeah.
one year.
Yeah.
And we didn't know anything about it. We hadn't read about it. We just were like, oh, we'll just go, and we got invited, we'll go.
Yeah.
And then we went, and we were like, oh my gosh, this is like amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's really a great,
Yeah.
great thing that he does for Make-A-Wish.
Yeah. What do you think your challenges are now, day to day?
That's good. I mean, it's just kind of managing all of the kind of like the chronic illnesses. Like they haven't gone away. It's just kind of learned how to manage them better. You know, I still wake up in pain every single morning, and you got to manage the oxygen and the countless medications I'm on. Got the doctor's appointments. Just got to make sure, because you know this is a kind of an illness that doesn't get better. It only gets worse. So it's just making sure it kind of stays stabilized with that. And you know, there's obviously physical limitations I have. In terms of like, you know, I would never be able to play like competitive sports ever. It's just kind of that stuff, and managing like, you know, a full college schedule and making sure I don't burn myself out, because, you know, if I burn myself out, like that has a lot more impact on my body than it does on a normal person. So yeah, I just want to make sure I don't put myself in jeopardy, that I can enjoy, you know, everything that I enjoy so far in life.
What one thing would you want people to know about Make-A-Wish that might encourage them to donate to our Make-A-Wish campaign?
Absolutely. I think it's just the power of the wish stretches a lot more, and it's also you don't know who has a wish. You most likely in your community know someone that does, and it really anyone could be eligible for a wish. It kind of covers all chronic illnesses. I know a very common misconception that it's only for those who have terminal illnesses. It's just not true. Like chronic illnesses can be a wide range of stuff. I mean, look at me, I'm still here. 20
It could
years.
be diabetes.
Yeah, exactly, right? You know, there's certain criteria that they do follow for kind of eligibility, but it can really be anyone. But then the power of the wish really stretches it, because, you know, it's what they truly want at that moment, and because of that, it's gonna have like a long term impact than just having the immediate materialistic kind of impact. You know, for me, I got my wish when I was 5 years old, and you know, there's some parts of it that I don't necessarily remember, but it's kind of like what it gave my family in terms of inspiration to keep on like reaching above and beyond to kind of help like try to live a normal life. And I've seen so many countless stories of kids who receive their wish, and then they just were inspired to either go start something great. Like I've seen many like go start a nonprofit, or they really inspire them to like go back. A lot of them weren't able to be in school, and then they were able to figure out like, how do I go to school? It just has a long-term impact. So just know, like, you know, the donation that is made, it doesn't just help make sure that the wish happens, but it helps make sure that the wish kids and their families are able to truly change their lives from that wish and onward for the rest of their lives.
And there's a lot of science behind
Yes.
it.
Yeah, it is.
That
There is.
I don't know exactly what it is, but the CEO talked to me one time. The CEO of the Austin chapter was
Yeah.
talking about how they really plan the wish around certain times of the treatment, so
Yeah.
that there can be a positive, like hopefully it will help with the treatment.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I think like there's parts of the time where like they don't want to do the wish because like they're just like, if they're going through treatment, it's like a little bit too hard, but like they want to try and make it so it's like the child isn't like going through like is really struggling like kind of like physically at the time. Like they want to make it so it's at their best moment for themselves, and because like it's a happy moment. It's like something where like they don't want to worry about anything else, and it's kind of like, and that's why it takes like generally like a wish, they want it to be kind of completed within like a 6 to 12 months after like kind of like being granted.
Okay.
But you know, sometimes it can take a lot longer than that, because you're kind of just managing a lot of variables that are not in their control, and they do really an incredible job of kind of managing that and making sure that the wish has the full impact as it's meant to be.
Are donations to Texas Make-A-Wish go to other states, or are they just used for Texas only? So when you donate to is it Southwest?
So there's two chapters. So this is for the Central and South Texas chapter. So this kind of spans all over the Austin area, the counties around that, San Antonio, and that goes to wish recipients in there.
Right.
And it's solely used for those kind of wish recipients. So it's all local to here, to
Yeah.
the Austin area.
How can people find out if there's a Make-A-Wish near them?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you just look online in your area, generally, I think on the Make-A-Wish website, there's like, it just shows like where the territories span, and you'll see which one you are. So like, if you're in San Antonio right now and you go on the Make-A-Wish website and see what territories are in Texas, you'll see very quickly that the Central and South Texas chapter covers that territory. And then there's like I think like the Houston, Galveston area, they have a separate chapter. Dallas has a separate chapter. You just kind of just look. You can just kind of like research through the Make-A-Wish website and just kind of see where you are geographically, and there'll be a Wish region and coverage there. So yeah.
Yeah. So Julie says we've gone from less than 1,000 to more than 4,000. So that's amazing.
That is. That's amazing. That's great.
So exciting. So make sure you donate, and thank you for coming today. He has to go back to school. He's got a class.
I do. I have 11 a.m. class, unfortunately, on Fridays.
Yeah. And there's also traffic. So
there is traffic. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, and hopefully we can do this again.
Absolutely. I'd love to. Thank you so much, and thank you for everybody supporting the Make-A-Wish mission.
Yes.